Angie said this is 21 questions, but they gave us more than 21 questions. Something like 30 questions, so we're going to sit up and eat some Papa John's pizza and answer these questions for y'all.
I guess everyone that submitted questions knows who this is. This guy.
Yeah. This is Van Henson, aka Big Hen. Former Cofield resident.
Former. Okay, so there's
garlic dipping sauce.
There's 30 questions for our 21 questions segment. I chose 21 questions initially because of the 21 years, but like I said, we've gone over. So, since you have a mouthful, I'll read the first question. It says, Van, you seem very positive. How have you stayed positive in such a negative environment, and were you always positive? That's technically 2 questions.
I seem to have stayed positive because I've always had the mindset of making it here one day. It wasn't always like that. You know, I did get sidetracked in a period of my time where I found myself being, you know, subjected to penitentiary life. You know, catching multiple disciplinaries, many disciplinaries, and found myself finally just, I guess, waking up because I began to have more positive influences coming into my life. That's what I really desired. I guess my subconscious mind brought that to me. I really believe that, you know, that's what I wanted, and my subconscious brought it to me, and it attracted more positive influences to me, positive associations, positive relationships, and you know, I began to get more positive as more positive people came into me, and the positivity was from their mindsets, and it was able to, you know, push out all the negativity in that environment. You were like that. Get too philosophical.
The second question is, did you ever feel like giving up? Most of these questions are for you.
Did I ever feel like giving up? I can never say that I constantly felt like giving up, because me personally, I've always considered myself a fighter, you know, a survivalist, by any means necessary, just to stay focused, you know, on day-to-day survival.
So you never felt like giving up?
No, but through my surroundings, you know, the outside influences, when you don't have that type of positive influence on you on the daily, outside influences will start to, you know, chip away at you, and you'll find yourself just beginning to succumb to the environment, and the outward appearance would be like you were giving up, but, you know, really, as long as you have it in your heart, that hope, you know, you'll stay alive. I believe that.
The third question is for Van. How long have you been drawing?
Oh, I've been drawing all my life. I've been drawing since I was like maybe 4 years old, 5 years old. And it was just the way that I've always been able to escape and you know, free my mind, live within a world of my own. That's what I really believe that saved me, just the ability to, you know, lose myself in my artwork.
The fourth question is for Van again. Have you ever been in a life or death situation while in prison?
Oh yeah, for a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of them.
Okay. Oh, this is for both of us. Did you know when you met you'd spend your life together?
My
life's not over yet.
my life ain't over yet. I mean, me and Angie, we always been, you know, she's always been the Robin to my Batman, you know. So I guess as long as the Marvel comics been in existence, or DC, whatever it is, you know, we've been like that since about '83. We just always been having a natural affection and affinity for each other, and, you know.
I don't know if I knew, but I know when we met, I think all little girls do this. You know, you fantasize and you see yourself like married to that person or in a marriage. I remember I had a wedding very young. I guess maybe a year after I met him, like a family member got married and I was in the wedding, and that's kind of when I started projecting that on us. But did I know without a shadow of a doubt? No. But there did come an age where I felt like I always knew it was going to end up being him. And that's what happened. It just kept going back to him, back to him. So I guess I kind of knew. I don't know. The 6th question is for Van. Did you ever feel like you were not going to live up to your potential? Don't get philosophical. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I ever felt like I was going to never live up to my potential.
That's the short answer to that. He's amazing and he knows he is, so no, not really. But go ahead and answer.
Now, seriously, I always strive to be the best that I can be at all times. You know, whatever it is I put myself to, I strive to be the best that I can be. But that also has to come with the support. People have always been there to, you know, to see, you know, whatever it is in me that they see is a light or whatever, and they just continue to push me, and that's what keeps me going, because I like to see the reactions that people give me off of the things that I do. Like that.
7th question is for Van. 21 years is a long time. You grew up in prison from what I heard. I also heard you don't regret your 21 years, but that you think it was one of the best things that could have happened to you at that time. Is that true? So somebody thinks I lied.
21 years is a long time. I mean, when I went to prison, I was 18, so that's over half of my life. And, you know, I can't say that I regret this experience, because I did what I did, and I believe that God sends us all on our own, you know, individual paths. We all make mistakes. Just some of us get caught, some of us don't. Mine got me apprehended at a young age, and you know, in 21 years, it helped me to discover exactly, you know, who I am, and my talents, my inert abilities, you know, to be self-sufficient amongst all things. You know, there's a Philippians chapter 4 in the Bible that speaks about that, you know, and it's about discovering who you are, and what you are, and why you are, and how you know, are able to, you know, provide for yourself, and, you know, just ultimately to know who you are and become the best that you can be. And that's what I believe that 21 years experience did. You know, it
showed you your purpose.
It helped me to discover my purpose in life, and you know, and discovering that I feel that everybody in life has their own individual purpose. You know, it's just up to us to, you know, shut out everything and to look inwardly and discover what that is. No matter what you know, believe, your religious background or whatever, we all are put here on the earth for a specific purpose, and that's what that time enabled me to experience, coming from the bottom. I look at the situation that I've been through as being the bottom of the bottom, you know, and the people that surround me were considered to be the scum of the earth. I myself was, you know, considered to be the scum of the earth at one time, but, you know, that experience enabled me to discover who I am, my purpose, my helped me to set goals and develop plans to become a better person. And I can't say that I would have been able to do that if I was, free and, sidetracked and bombarded with the day-to-day events of, living life for other things,
The 8th question. It's for you again.
So that's that.
You want me to skip to one that's for me?
You can do what you want to do.
I don't think there are any for me. There's like 3. Van, you have been exposed to a lot of people, good and bad. Without naming names, did you meet any people you'd met? Oh, I think it's supposed to be any. Did you meet any people you'd never forget and tell us about them? You want me to read the question again? Did I confuse you? You've been exposed to a lot of people, good and bad. Without naming names, did you meet any people you'd never forget and tell us about them?
I spent all 21 years on Cofield unit, and during that 21 years, I was blessed. I don't know, well, I know who, God, helped me to be involved in a lot of people's lives. I mean, all races, religious backgrounds, all different ages, and all that. And I've met prominent people from different cities throughout the state of Texas, throughout the country, and all of them have, I believe that I've created a positive relationship with every one of them, without naming any names. Yeah, I've met, some nice people that I look forward to meeting again in a free world environment, because we've discussed positive philosophies. We've made positive plans for the future, and they've been willing to help me, stay focused, and I've helped them, in certain things, if it's through just providing tattoo. I believe that helped their self-esteem, and so that makes them feel even like a better person than they already are, and I enjoy doing that, so
Number 9.
there you have that.
Van, from what you have heard, why do men try to leave their women while in prison? That's definitely from a prison wife.
From what you have heard, why do men try to leave their women while in prison? Prison is a trip. Prison will play a lot of mind tricks on you. And, it was an old school player back in the game that, he laced me up, that you never want to block any of your blessings. And sometimes that saying right there is really speaking about the support you have, because that support you have while you're in prison is a blessing. But sometimes you have a lot of people down there that when they have that support, like me myself, I realized that people in the free world, they have their own lives to live. They have things to accomplish on their own, and sometimes you begin to. Sometimes when you're incarcerated like that, you're steady being oppressed. You don't want that type of the reaction that you get from the environment, or I'll say the mindset that you get from as the reaction of the environment that you're saturated in. You don't want that to be exposed to the people that you love, and you don't want to drag them down. You don't want to, hold them down at that time, because you have to go through it regardless. The people in the world, they don't have to go through it, and so a lot of times, when you love somebody, you'll let them go. And like they say, if they come back, then you'll know that it's love. Sometimes you have to let people go in order to let them, flourish and go and not be worried about what's going on with you down there, because you got to go through it regardless, you know. And then, so.
That's a question I see all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, it was asked at one of our PWC meetings, and I didn't really feel like we had any clarification on it. But anyway.
Get a piece of this piece of you.
Mine?
Yeah. You ain't gonna eat all that.
No, because yours has jalapenos. I can't eat that. And olives.
Okay.
You can have some this way.
Okay.
That's my lunch too.
Continue on, because we ain't got that much time.
Oh, Van, how is job hunting going? Number 10.
It ain't easy, but you know, I've been blessed with the talent of, you know, having a, you know, artistic ability. So I'm constantly, I got people looking at me, you know, searching me out to, you know, get tattoo work from me, you know, and it's good. You know, I can't lie. You know, I've been, you know, since I've been home, I've made money, you know, to help, you know, ease the financial conditions or situation of, you know what I'm saying, my family. It's been feeling real good, you know, to be able to take my people out and eat and not be feeling like a burden all the way, you know. And but as far as just finding a job, I really just look forward to, you know, becoming
It's only been 22 days.
Yeah, 22 days in, you know, life in the free world. I got, you know, applications I put in, you know, still looking for, you know, so-called secular employment, but that's really not me. I'm really like my own boss, so I look forward to, you know, running my own thing shortly. You know, I just got my driver's license, so I'm able to move around now and make connections, you know what I'm saying, and you know, actively seek my self-employment, you know, people that want to hire me but then don't want to drive all the way out here where we live at, or, you know, they might have the money right then, and by the time they get over here they might have messed it up. Now I can actively, you know, go get my money, you know, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So, but jobs are out here. Jobs out, you just got to be patient, and you know, 21 days, 21 days?
22.
22 days being out here, you know, I can't complain.
Number 11. What has been the most significantly overwhelming thing you've encountered since being home? So that would be one thing, I guess. That tops everything.
I guess having to take into consideration the feelings of your loved ones on a daily basis all day long.
I ditto that.
Because, you know, some things that, you know, I wouldn't have to put up with people down there, because I really wouldn't care about association or not. But then, too, I have to live, you know, with her on a daily basis, you know, and, you know, some things happen, you know, and I wouldn't put up with it otherwise. But being that I love her, you know, and you know, I find myself, you know, humbling myself, you know, for the situation that we are experiencing together, and you know.
I don't really think that's where the question was going, but it's good that it came up. I think the issue that anyone that's done more than a few years will experience is we had, after all this time, have become conditioned to 2 hours. So in 2 hours, everything can be peaches and cream and live and
yeah. But that day-to-day, every day, all day type stuff.
I mean,
sometimes it get real hectic.
I'm extremely sensitive and thin-skinned, and sometimes he would hurt my feelings and visit, but yeah, it was only 2 hours. So we kind of get up. Yeah, we would just.
So now she'll roll her eyes a little bit more and pout her lips a little bit more, and you know. And I understand where I come from. you know, I'm more straightforward than the average, you know, and so, you know, I'm trying to, you know, learn how to curb that because I am, you know, constantly interacting with an individual that I love, and so I'm trying to be more considerate of emotions and feelings and, you know, thought patterns and stuff like that. But, you know, it's hard because I've been, you know, conditioned to have this mentality for 21 years, and it ain't easy. A lot of times I'll be biting the inside of my jaws to keep from saying something.
Thank you, baby, for
you know.
Number 12. Van, do you feel out of place with Angela now that you have had, well, this kind of is what we just answered, now that you've had unlimited access to her? Do you feel uncomfortable with me?
I feel out of
Because
place.
we kind of already touched the unlimitedness.
Yeah, I ain't uncomfortable, you know. I'm not uncomfortable. It's just that I'm not used to it because, you know.
You don't feel uncomfortable.
No, I don't feel uncomfortable.
So I have a question. Number 13. Do you feel out of place with Van now that you have unlimited access to him? I thought I was going to. We talked about this on JPay. I talked about this to some of my prison wife friends. I thought I was going to. Because the reason I thought I was going to is because he left and I was 18. I was pretty hot at 18. And now I'm a 40-year-old soccer-looking mom, but neither one of my kids play soccer. So I thought I was going to feel out of place and uncomfortable. But it's weird. It just kind of, everything fell back into place. I fell back into the same comfort zone I was in at 18 years old with him in the flesh, in person, like where I can reach out and touch him. Because it's a different dynamic than seeing him, like I said, every weekend for 2 hours. Totally different. Number 14, Van. I've heard that anger is an issue for men and women after a long bid. Is it for you?
Me personally,
What are you looking for, Daddy?
I thought I had another one. Me personally, anger, from last time. Me personally, anger used to be a major problem for me, you know. But as I've gotten older, I've learned how to control my anger, and I've learned to really be able to look deep into every situation that I find myself angry. And I'm really blessed at the situation that I'm in right now, as far as being free. You know, even though I am on a monitor right now, I'm blessed. You know, I feel as though I'm favored. You know,
Show me your monitor.
I'm favored most highly. You know, above all, and so, you know, I'm just thankful for that. And when I realize where I'm at, you know, and what I got right now at this time in life, you know, my anger just dissipates, vanishes, evaporates into thin air, you know. And the situation that I thought were, that caused me to be angry, or the feelings of anger, is, you know, it's nothing. You know, it's a bridge under the water. And so I always, you know, just find myself thankful for being out.
Number 15, Van and Angela. Was or is sex an issue?
Was or is sex an issue? Is sex an issue?
No.
I don't know. No, sex ain't been no issue with me. I mean, you know, I ain't got no batteries. You feel me?
Oh my God, you come back and
Well,
stop. Number 16. Van, do you have anxiety attacks or nightmares?
No. No nightmares, anxiety attacks. I can't say it's actually anxiety attacks. It's just that my previous life out here, I was accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, you know, an affluent lifestyle. And I strive to get back to that. And at the same time, I understand the consequences of my actions could lead me back to where I just came from. So I'm not wanting to take those chances. And so it leaves me with a sort of anxiety of wanting what I want, but not really eager to take those chances that to give me that. So I know that I can achieve that, but it's going to have to take work. You know, it's going to take planning. It's going to have to take I'm going to have to be diligent about you know what I want in life and pursuing that, and just not accepting no for an answer.
Number 17, Van, do you wake up lost?
Nope. I know exactly where I'm at.
Number 18, it's for me. Is it weird having him home? It's not weird having him home, but sometimes just out of nowhere, I'll think, damn, he's really here. It's not really weird, but... Number 19, Van and Angela. Do you get on each other's nerves, problem solving an issue? Oh, is problem solving an issue? So do we get on each other's nerves? Yes. Is problem solving an issue? No. I think we've solved problems okay. But we do get on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
He gets on my nerves.
She gets on my nerves.
He gets on my nerves a lot.
She gets on my nerves a whole lot. But then at the same time, when there's problem solving is an issue, I just learned just to, like I say, bridge under the water.
Bridge under the water?
Water under the bridge. I'm just thankful to be here. We'll talk about it later on.
Angela, how did you do it, girl? I miss my husband so much. That's a whole nother video. It's got to be a whole nother video, I guess. I don't know. I did try to make it a practice to just take each day as it came. But I have to attribute a lot of how I did it to him. I mean, we helped. I think we helped each other make it through. I don't know if he was like he was some years back. I don't think we would have made it this whole time. I think he would have just left, or I would have. I don't know. That's a whole nother video. I gotta really get that some thought. Then what's been the hardest adjustment that you've had to make living in the free world? Oh, I just got this one this afternoon.
What's been the hardest adjustment that I've had to make in living in the free world? Well, as of Friday, it was just